Hi, my name is Agnes. Welcome to MTB Yogi. Today's class is all about the low back and the hips. We're going to give those lots of TLC. This is going to feel really good if you have been mountain biking a lot, but also if you've been sitting a lot at your desk or driving even. If you have a yoga mat, grab that. Yoga blocks are optional. You can use water bottles as well. I like doing that when I don't have my yoga box or nothing at all, totally fine. And if you want some extra padding for your knees to put under your knees, you can use an extra blanket or a towel. Let's get started. All right, we're going to start in a reclined position. So laying on your back. Soles of the feet on the ground, knees are bent. And start connecting to your breath. You can have hands by your side. You can have one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Whatever feels better for you in this moment. Start connecting to your breath. Nice inhale through nose. Nice exhale through nose. Slowly letting our breath calm the nervous system down. And let's take an inhale through the nose. And on the exhale, bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a gentle hug. Very gentle. We're warming up. And then the hands come on top of the knees. And you're going to start doing circles in one direction. So very gentle. We're warming up. As big or as little as it feels good to you today. And then you're going to reverse direction. If at any point anything feels uncomfortable or painful, please back off and stop. Listen to your body. This is your practice for your self-care. Beautiful. You can relax the feet back onto the ground. You're going to take your feet mat width apart, so a little wider than your hips if you don't have a yoga mat. The left ankle is going to cross over the right knee, flexing the left foot. So this protects your knee. And then you're going to take an inhale through your nose. Exhale, drop left knee to the left side. And maybe reach for the ground. If you don't reach it, that's totally fine. And the right side body is totally normal for it to get off the floor. Really starting to lengthen gently, so no pushing here, no tugging. Really gently lengthening the right side body. Staying with your breath, coming back to your breath. Take an inhale through nose. Exhale, come back center. So untangle the legs. Take a moment in the center. We're going to take a full breath for the body to reset. And then cross your right ankle over your left knee. Right foot flexes. Take an inhale. On the exhale, right knee aims for the floor. And the left side is going to gently come off the floor, and that's totally fine. Starting to feel lengthening of the left side. Really using your breath. So you're not pulling, tugging. It's really the breath and gravity doing the work. You might notice that there's a difference in between left and right, and that's totally okay. Take one more inhale. And exhale, untangle the legs and come back center. You can windshield wiper the knees. And you can roll on one side, lift yourself up, and we're going to set up on all four. Setting up here, your knees are hip width distance apart, hands shoulder width distance apart. Your shoulders are stacked over your wrists and your hips are stacked over your knees. Grip the fingers into the mat. This will really activate all your hand and forearm muscles, which over time is going to strengthen that and help with decreasing and preventing arm pump. So anytime you have your hands on the floor for push-ups, for all fours, whatever it is, grip your fingers into the mat. This will really help. And we're going to do some cat-cows here. So slowly bringing movement into the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, arch the spine. Shine the heart forward. Exhale. Push the floor away, round the back, chin to chest. Inhale, drop belly. Slide the ribcage forward. Exhale, round the back. Push it to the sky, chin to chest if you can. One more. Inhale, drop belly. Arch the spine. Really focus on sliding the ribcage forward. And exhale. Push the floor away from you, arching the spine back. And come back to a neutral position. We are going to get from here to start activating our glutes. Our glutes really serve, they go hand in hand with our core, and they really help with protecting our low back. So let's start warming them up and activating them. You're going to extend the right leg back and come onto the tippy toes. Take an inhale, so really push the hands into the floor. Take an inhale. On the exhale, lift or hover your right foot off the ground, really using your right buttocks. And make sure that you're not opening your hip out. Really close the hips so the toes are pointing down. Stay with the breath. One more inhale. And exhale. Come back down. Beautiful. We're going to do left side. Extend left leg back. Toes come down onto the ground or tucked onto the ground. Take an inhale. Exhale. Hover the left foot off the ground. Make sure that you're not dumping your low back here. Really use your glutes and your core. Stay with the breath. One more inhale. Exhale, release. If you need to take a little break for your hands, tuck your toes, sit on your heels, shake out your hands. We have one more exercise for our glutes and hips here. So find your stacked position, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Push the floor away. So grip your fingers into the mat and push the floor away from you with your hands. So I'm going to lift my right knee out like a little doggy and then peeing on a fire hydrant, basically. Make sure that my left hip doesn't dip out, really keeping it here. So this is engaging my outer hip flexors. And then from here, I'm going to bring my right knee back, down and forward, out like the little doggy, back and down. And we're going to reverse direction. Knee goes back, out, down, back, out, down. Woo! Put the knee back down. Awesome. So this should be hard. This should definitely feel hard. And if it doesn't feel hard, go even slower. Same thing. So grip your fingers into the mat. Push the floor away from you. Right hip stays nice and stable so it doesn't dip all the way out. Extend the leg out like the little doggy. And breathe. Bring the knee back. Down. Out. Back. Down. And then let's reverse direction. So back, out, down, back, out, down. You can see I'm shaking. I don't know if you were looking. Maybe you weren't. That means I'm working hard. Awesome. Beautiful job. Let's get into a child's pose. So big toes together, knees spread as wide as you want them to. Hips are going to sit onto your heels. Arms extend out. And the forehead rests on the mat. If this feels too intense on your legs, knees, and or hips, You can use a blanket, a towel, or a cushion, place it in between the thighs and the calves, so that will give you extra support. So that's an option. Or other option, you can keep the hips higher up. So find the child's pose that works for you. And let's take a breath here. Inhale through nose. Exhale through nose. Inhale. And on the exhale, you're going to walk your hands to the left. Right hand stays next to the left, or it comes on top of the left hand, whatever feels better for you. Just make sure that your hips are evenly weighted on your heels. You can breathe here, feeling lengthening of the right side body. Breathing into the right rib cage. One more inhale. Exhale, come back center. Take an inhale. Exhale, walk your hands to the right. And find the option that works. Both hands close to each other or one stacked onto the other. Make sure your hips are evenly weighted on your heels. Relax the head and the jaw. Breathing into the left side body. One more inhale. And exhale, come back center. Full inhale. Full exhale. And on your next inhale, you're going to come back onto all fours. Option here if you want to grab blocks or water bottles. I highly encourage using those to start. And then if you feel like you don't need them or want to explore something else, don't use them. But if you do not have them, that's totally fine as well. You can stay on your fingertips or on your hands as well. So I'm going to start with my blocks and I'll take them away afterwards. So it's like all fours, but with our hands on blocks. I'm going to step the right foot next to my right thumb. So my knees, my legs are on train tracks. They're not on one line, they're on train tracks. They're parallel. From here, imagine you have a beach ball in between your legs and you want to squeeze it. So this really activates the inner thighs and activates our deep core. This is really what supports our low back and supports us, holds us up on the mountain bike as well. So it's our deep core and our glutes. To engage our glutes here, so squeeze your legs together, and then to add the glutes, press down real hard through the right heel. And notice as you do this, your right buttocks are going to start firing up. And then from here, take an inhale, keep that engagement, and bring both hands onto the right knee. And you might notice that your left hip flexors, the front hip flexors, are starting to talk to you. And here, what you're going to try to do as well is engage your left buttocks. So press down through the right heel and engage your buttocks, basically. One more inhale. And exhale, bring the hands back down. I'm going to get rid of my blocks right now, but if you have your blocks and it feels comfortable, you can keep them. So another part that plays a role in the low back is our quads, how tight our quads are. If we are cyclists, our quads are most likely on the tighter side. And not because they are weak, but because we work them, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to start warming them up. And maybe you come onto tinted fingertips, whatever feels better. You're going to tuck the back toes, flex the left foot, and start bending and extending. If your left knee is talking to you, you can use your blanket or towel. You can also fold the mat. All right, awesome. Okay. Come back onto all fours. Let's do the other side. So you can choose to use your blocks or not, whatever feels better. And then set up your right knee under a blanket or side of your mat, whatever feels better. Step the left foot in between your hands towards the left thumb. So my knees are on train tracks again. And then we're going to find that same activation. Squeeze the legs towards each other. So really you're going to start, your inner thighs are going to start firing up. And then from here, press down through the left heel. So that left heel is really pushing down. You should feel your left buttock starting to engage. Take an inhale. On the exhale, come up, both hands onto the left knee. Awesome. Stay with the breath here. And make sure that you're also activating your right glutes. So many activations. But all of those come together and create magic, I promise. Stay with the breath. One more inhale. Exhale, plant the hands back onto the ground or onto your blocks or your bottles. Take an inhale and then exhale. Tuck the back toes, so the right toes, and keep the right foot flexed. And then you're going to start bending and extending. So bring the heel to the butt, foot back onto the ground. Let's do that a few more times. Awesome. And exhale, release. Awesome. And then you can lay down onto your back. Nice rest here. So both legs are going to extend. I'm going to bring the right knee into my chest. As far or as unfar, it feels good today. Doesn't really matter. Then clasp the hands behind the right thigh. Point your right toes. And on the take an inhale. On the exhale, extend the right leg to the sky as you flex the right foot. And we'll do that a few more times. Inhale, point the toes down. Exhale, extend the leg, flex the foot. 2 more times. Inhale, down. And point. Exhale, up and flex. Inhale, down and point. Exhale, flex. And come back down. Right leg extends. Left knee comes into the chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze if you want, or you can stay further away from your chest, whatever feels good. Clasp behind the thigh. Point the knees down to the ground. Take an inhale. And exhale, straighten the left leg, flex left foot. Inhale, point down. Exhale, extend and flex. 2 more times. Inhale, point down. Exhale, up and flex. Last one. Inhale, point down. Exhale, up and flex. And you can come back down. Bend the knees, soles of the feet on the ground. We're going to flex the left ankle and place it over the right knee. So flex the foot, not the ankle. Soles of the feet onto the ground. You're going to place the left ankle over the right knee and flex the left foot. We're going to start here. Left hand comes onto left knee. Press the hand onto the knee gently. Knee presses back into the hand. So that activates our muscles, and this really is going to help with releasing our hips. Maybe that's enough for today. If you want a little more, you can bring the right knee closer to the chest, and right hand comes onto the back of the thigh. So the knee and the hand are still playing tug of war. Stay with the breath. 1 more inhale. And exhale, release. So activating the muscles that we are stretching is called dynamic stretching. This is one of the safest and fastest way of stretching. Right leg crosses over, or right ankle crosses over left knee. Flex the right foot. Right hand onto the right knee. And start playing tug of war, knee to hand, hand to knee. So the hand presses into the knee, knee presses back into the hand. If this feels right, stay here. If you want a little more, pick up behind your left thigh, and then the right knee presses down into the hand. Staying with the breath. Take one more inhale. And exhale, release. Soles of the feet onto the ground. You can windshield wiper the knees right to left if that feels good. Arms open out in a T. Whoops. Take everything down with you. Palms face the ceiling or the sky if you're outside. You're going to scoot the hips about 2 inches to the right and drop the knees to the left. So gentle spinal twist. If this is too intense, you can also grab a pillow or your towel and place it under your knees, so on the left side. There shouldn't be any pull in your low back. If you do feel some pulling in the low back, back off. The twist comes from the belly button and up. Stay with the breath here. One more inhale. And exhale, come back center. Stay in the center for a full breath before we twist to the other side, letting the spine reset. If you had padding on the left, I highly encourage you to have padding on the right hand side. Arms open out in a T, palms face up. Hips scoot down to the left about 2 inches. Take an inhale and exhale, drop your knees right. Again, there shouldn't be any pulling on your low back. If you do feel some pulling on the low back, back off, take it a little less intense, or skip it altogether. One more inhale. One more exhale. Come back center. Soles of the feet on the ground, letting the spine reset for a full breath. And then you can bring the knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice hug, honoring that you took some time for self-care. And we'll take our final resting pose. You can feel free to rest in this position as long as you want. Arms open out, palms face the ceiling. Your legs splay out. Close the eyes. Take one more conscious breath, the last one. And then just let go of the breath. Relax the jaw. Relax the space in between your eyebrows. And feel your body slowly relax down into the ground. You can slowly start to deepen the breath. Bringing some awareness back into the body. You can wiggle your toes, your fingers, circle the wrists. You can turn the head side to side. Extend the arms up overhead. Kitty cat stretch all the way from the fingertips into the toes. Roll onto one side. And you can come to a seated position. The eyes can stay closed or a soft gaze in front of you. Let's take one more full breath together. Nice inhale through nose. Exhale through nose. Bring your hands to your heart. Thank yourself for showing up, taking this moment to take care of yourself, take care of your body. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope to see you soon on the yoga mat.